Wintry Saalfelden in Austria. Here Toyota organizes a winter driving school useful for all motorists. This time with a legend, the Toyota RAV4. Around 25 years ago, it paved the way to success for on- and off-roaders alike. The first RAV4 94 was the first production SUV that came out. Up until then, no one had thought of combining cars and off-road vehicles so consistently. So to put a car with all-wheel drive a little higher, not just with a bad road chassis, but really higher, with ground clearance. And so to carry out this transformation so consistently, it's the founder of the sector. A compact off-road vehicle with permanent four-wheel drive. That was the idea of the RAV4. The success came quite unexpectedly for Toyota. That was actually my apprenticeship at the time when the SUVs came out. That is the nice mix between passenger cars and off-roaders. And as you can see, the concept actually worked. It was successful, and the boom is still there. Compare the angle of the nose of the old one with the new one. These are two different worlds, aren't they? They're two worlds. There is a tendency to drive mostly on-road these days and not actually drive the vehicles off-road so much. For the learner driver Janine, it's now back to the roots. She and Alex take the test track in the original ancestor of the RAV4, without assistance systems, pure driving. By the year 2000, around 45,000 of the cult vehicles had been sold in Germany, either as a 2- or 4-door variant. Toyota recognized in the 1990s that off-road vehicles were in, that people want to enjoy their free time, but they also want comfort. And so they thought, why don't we combine off-road vehicles and cars? And they made a crossover out of it. The concept worked. Despite many competitors, the RAV4 has established itself as a successful model in the SUV market. Around 335,000 units were sold worldwide in 2018. And this here is the 5th generation of the RAV4, and you can already tell that it's a mixture of all worlds. We sit higher than in a car. We have a bit more ground clearance than with a car. We also have four-wheel drive. But we still have a self-supporting body and all the comfort features of a car, and also the dynamics of a car. A mix, so to speak, the best of all worlds. Compared to the cult RAV4, the Japanese have reworked the current model, especially in terms of driving characteristics. Janine is impressed.
It's almost like driving a car sitting in the living room.
Yeah, sitting on the couch driving.
Yeah, in terms of comfort, it's already pretty well appointed.
Toyota relies on petrol engines and hybrid drives. We are sitting in a hybrid vehicle. We have an internal combustion engine under the hood, and we also have electric motors. That means there is a controller that automatically regulates what is currently propelling the vehicle, whether only the electric motors like now, or if you step on the gas a bit, additionally the combustion engine, or exclusively the combustion engine. From the comfortable RAV4, Janine goes off-road with a real off-roader. That's where it gets tougher. And rustic. In the historic Toyota BJ42, Janine and Alex head to the test track. You see, this is work.
Yeah, no.
Despite the hard work, nature sometimes pushes real original off-road vehicles to their limits. This won't work. Unfortunately, we have to turn around here. I didn't consider that. There's just too much snow. Improvisation is the order of the day. Professional driver Alex takes over, and then it's on through the waterhole. For the BJ42, no problem.
It just gives a lot more feedback, doesn't it? You feel every movement.
Jede Bewegung.
And then this happens to the professional. Come on, come on. I haven't got stuck in a long time. It's been a long, long, long time.
Well, but that won't stop the human crawl control.
Nicht auf sich setzen.
I can't put her behind the wheel right now. That will be a bit too much, because a lot's happening, and forces are suddenly acting on the steering wheel that you don't expect. You just have to know what's going on there. That's why modern vehicles make it so much easier. That's right. And onwards, downhill.
Crazy!
With the Icon, our off-road duo successfully mastered the last obstacle. But that doesn't always depend solely on the driver and the car. The pressure this morning was intense. In the morning it snowed heavily. The temperatures then got even higher. The grip conditions then changed from good grip to poor grip, and you have to be really concentrated on the job.
Und da muss man schon mit dem Kopf dabei sein bei der Sache.
You learn for your life and simply for everyday driving. Well, these are all things we try out here, of course in extreme situations. But you can take them with you on the road. If you somehow get into a tricky situation, apply it in the same way. The car talks to you. In that way, you're somehow collaborating with an object, which is kind of weird in my head because I usually only understand emotional cooperation amongst people or maybe with animals. But with an object, it's a really new experience. But yes, it's absolutely emotionally charged, the whole thing.
An experience that will bring Janine through the winter safely.